Hello everyone, welcome to another BattleSnake Sunday stream. I'm Corey, and thanks for joining me on this Sunday. So we're going to be doing BattleSnake today for people who haven't tuned in before. BattleSnake is an online competitive programming game where you play by controlling one of these snakes over here. So you make a web server that gets the state of the board and all of the food and positions every turn, and you have to decide if you want to go left, right, up, or down. And that is it, and you control your snake from there, trying to be the last one on the board. So today we're going to be doing some of that, working on probably my snake hovering Hobbes, and should be a good Sunday. Hey, Backward Spy, how is it going? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll repeat this in a bit when maybe we have some more viewers, but I think it'll be a fun thing to start off with. So we just finished up the Fall League tournament here a week or so ago, and Hobbes here competed in the Platinum Championship 2 weeks ago, and that was great. But what I wanted to talk about today was actually the People's Choice Award. So every tournament there is a People's Choice Award for the snake that gets the most hearts or votes, and Hobbes won again in the fall here. So they were already rocking their custom head and tail from winning a few seasons ago, and so instead of having Hobbes come up with another head and tail on my own or on their own, I thought it would be fun to crowdsource this a little bit. So I, about 20 minutes ago, created this repo for People's Choice BattleSnake Fall 2022, and I thought it would be fun to crowdsource some ideas. So if you have an idea for a head and tail that you would like to see get made for BattleSnake, now might be your chance. Go to this repo that I will drop into Twitch chat, hopefully. Yep. And if you're in my Discord, there is a link to this in the Discord there. And if you're not in my Discord and want to be, you can have a link to that too. So what I'm thinking though is if you have an idea for a head or tail that you want to see, hop over to issues and create a new issue. And from there you can, title it, give it a description, and people can leave emoji comments, give other comments, and we will see what we can come up with. I think we're going to try to do this, not take too long. So maybe in a week or so we will try to get this submitted back to the BattleSnake team. So we'll see what we can come up with quickly, but I think it'll be a fun time. I'm excited to see what people are thinking. And okay, let's, I think, figure out what we're going to work on today. So I've got my editor open here. And so the last few weeks we've been working on trying to add some state to hovering Hobbes in between turns so that he can remember the last result and use it in the next turn. I think there's some move ordering I can do there, and maybe transposition table stuff that would be really helpful and make Hobbes perform a lot better. But I need to actually figure out how to store state in my web server first. And so the last 2 weeks we've been fighting with that, and a little bit fighting with some of the generics in Rust. We're trying to go really generic with it and make this state thing work for any of my snakes and for any board type, because my board type is also generic in Rust right now. So yesterday I decided I was going to walk some of that back, and we're going to first work on getting state working for Hobbes manually, not using any of my generic framework for my other snakes, just Hobbes, and just on the specific board that we're going to see in the winter. So I didn't mention this yet, but the Winter Championship, as it's being called this year, is just got announced recently after the fall, and I was invited to participate. So where is Hobbes is on 11th on the leaderboard. So these scores are actually coming from points that have basically been assigned for how well our snakes have done all season long. So we're not getting these points for playing in games at the moment, but my season rating overall plops me in 11th on this leaderboard at the moment. And so I'm going to compete in at least one of these two tournaments. The wild card tournament is December 10th, and the championship tournament is the December 17th. And so we're going to try to get Hobbes ready for those. Ooh, and I will do this at the end as well, but I actually will not be streaming next Sunday or the Tuesday after, because I will be on my honeymoon down in St. Martin. So taking a few days off there for that. So we're going to try to get as much done today on Hobbes as we can, so that we can get prepared for this wildcard tournament. So with that, let's take a look at what I had worked on yesterday. So the first thing that we can notice, oh, I don't need to look at the lock file. No, I didn't want to expand it more. Is we took away so BattleSnake Factory was one of the generic things that was giving us some problems. So we are removing that from Hobbes. Hobbes is not gonna try to be generic anymore. And that meant some of these methods could be cleaned up. Needed to make a few things public because I refer to them in different crates in my mono repo. And here you go. Hobbes is now coming out of my array of all of my generic snake factories. So we're going to handle Hobbes manually, and we'll see that in a second. We also upgraded Axum, the web framework that we're using, to the new 0.6. This is what I'm using for lots of other projects, and I really like it. It lets us hold state in a more type-safe way, and just thought it was worth upgrading while I was working on some state stuff. And then this just gives me some tracing things that I had hand-rolled. We'll see down below, but I was able to remove my hand-rolled version and lean into the Tower HTTP crate here, which is pretty nifty. Okay, and then most of this is really just some boilerplate, and a lot of the diff up here is actually just from the upgrade from request from request parts and things like that. But here you can see that we're defining some hovering Hobbes routes manually. Before I was doing like generic snake name and then having it pull out the snake name and use the generic array that we looked at before. But we're just going to hard code Hobbes, give it all 4 routes we need. The info route, start, move, and end. And yeah. Here's my old log request tracing, here's the new tracing, and yeah, so Hobbes has an info move that just prints out the about JSON, start and end, which just return no content at the moment, and then the move, which here is where we are specifically doing a wrapped cell board. So wrapped means that, you know, it goes around the board. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Landor XT. Hope you are enjoying it, and thanks for hanging out. So wrapped cell board. The Winter Classic is wrapped, which means you can go around one side of the board and come back the other. That is stated somewhere on the site here, but not finding it. But anyways, we are doing wrapped for this game mode. And so how the board state works that I'm using, or the cell board, it needs to know whether it's wrapped or standard in the type signature. So right now we're just going to hard code wrapped, and that's another one of the generic things that we were fighting the last few weeks, and we might try to get to that at the end. I would like Hobbes to work on standard boards, on wrapped boards, on different sized boards, but for now we're going to hard code wrapped because that is what we are trying to do for the Winter Championship. And again, 11 by 11 board, the standard size, and only a max of 4 snakes, so this is really just pretty specific for this winter, or really most of the tournaments. Not all of them, but most of them have fallen into that. And then since this is going to take about 400 milliseconds and we're in an async function here, we don't want to just block for 400 milliseconds while we're in async land. That would make our web server unhappy and probably would make it fail to respond to other requests. So we do spawn with blocking. I have a special with tracing to get some tracing and logging added. But basically this is going to create a new thread for the task, and Tokyo and the async wrapper will treat it kind of like it's async. You can await on it, and when it's done, it'll like do the async stuff, but it's not going to be blocking the thread that Tokyo's using to actually perform async functions. It's going to make a new one and do the waiting over there. And that'll just help us be actually more concurrent and won't lock our web threads. Okay, and then we just return the JSON from calling our choose move on Hobbes. So this is as manual as we can get. We're not using the generic stuff from my other snakes. So I think in just a minute, we're going to actually start plugging in some state. We're going to figure out what state we want to keep in between turns, and we're going to start plugging that in. Except I'm going to get myself a glass of water and be right back in like 30 seconds. So hang on with me for just a second, team. And I'm back. Thanks for hanging out. And I saw, right as I was getting up backwards by, I saw your message. So I thought when I got back, we could take a look. I got this octopus recently. He's very cute. I like him. He's the happy yellow and the angry green. I like that a lot. And then my birthday was recently, and my awesome wife got me this snake for BattleSnake stuff. He can hang out behind us and matches the octopus well. So they say hi to Nick as well backwards by. They'll be hanging out behind us. We're in a good mood right now though, so we're gonna put our octopus back in happy mode. Okay, yeah, I really like them. They are very cute. Maybe eventually, no spoilers, but we might end up with them as Twitch emotes in the channel and custom emojis over in Discord. We'll see. Okay, so I've got my water, and I think we are ready to figure out what we're actually gonna store in between turns for Hobbes and how we're actually gonna do that. Okay, so first of all, let's work on storing some state. Or what do we actually want to save here? I think what I've been thinking about saving is this is actually so let's look at the code. Let's dive in. Right now, we're calling on our paranoid min-max snake, we're calling choose move, which I think is not what we're gonna end up wanting to call, because choose move. Come on in, Rust Analyzer. You know things. It doesn't want to know things. Okay. Well, if we look at our minimax snake, we can see the choose move method. I mean, it just returns us the move and the depth that we got to. But what I actually want out of it, I think, is this whole, there's a score, this min-max return. I think I want this whole return type. And from there, I want to store, I think what I want to do is, at the end of a turn, I want to store the return type that we got, and at the beginning of the next turn, pick it up and use it to figure out what move ordering to use. Because right now, in my iterative deepening, the first iteration we just do based on like up, down, left, right, or whatever standard ordering. But I think if we order that based on what we think is going to be best, we'll actually get a faster min-max. And I think we're going to use that as the first example of state, because I already have some turn ordering code built in and things like that, and I think it'll be a little easier. And then from there, we'll probably think about adding like a transposition table or something. So there's two things I can do for the score thing here. I could either store like a last score state, right, and just only keep one, or oh, well, I want per game at least, right, because I would like this to be multiple games. So we're already talking about some kind of hash map of game ID to last score state. So now what I have to decide is, do I think last game state is enough? And I think for now it is. I don't want to think about keeping a vector of them or another hash of like turn ID to score. Like maybe that's not a bad idea, but for now let's just keep it as last and we'll see how that goes. We might end up wanting to do something more later, but I think starting with, you know, a simpler state and going from there makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's start by, so we know we want that min-max return. So let's like figure out what state we're gonna want to store and how we can actually add that to our Axum server. So up here, yeah, okay. So here we set up lots of stuff for logging and tracing, which we don't need to look at the moment, I don't think. And what we're gonna look at is right here. Router, right now we just new one up, but we're gonna actually want to change this to a new with state method. And with state is just gonna take in. Oh, it does want to. I thought it wasn't with state. Is it? Yeah, I thought it was with state. Okay, let's look at this in the docs. Axum 0.6 with state. I thought it was just with state, but the whole passing self thing didn't make sense to me there. New. This is where you layer in the state. That's the old way. Now you just do with state state. Router with state. Yeah, so why didn't you wanna with state? So like I would need to, so like I could make my struct, which we're gonna need to do in a second. I was just ignoring that for the moment, thinking I could just store that state, but it's just mad at me about the arguments. Yeah, what's the full compiler diagnostics? An argument of type router is missing. So like, does this need a new? Like, do I need to do router new and then attach the state to it? Oh, so the router.new returns a... It returns one where router is already set as state this. Oh, so is router... Oh! Got it. The router struct already has state filled in. Oh, I bet you did do it right, Backward Spy. I have absolutely no doubt. And also, I don't really think there's a way to do it wrong. Hey, look at that. There's an issue. Ooh, cyberpunk snake. We don't have much in the way of robotic customizations. I'd love to see a snake who would be at home in a dystopian cyberpunk future. Ooh, okay. I love it. I love it. That's a great idea. I definitely didn't want to do this crowdsourcing because I'm bad at coming up with ideas. I definitely wasn't just trying to have everyone else come up with ideas for me. I love that one though. I love it. Okay, so let's make a state. I'm not sure. I don't think it's my empty tuple, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we have an app state struct. It's an empty one for now. It does need to impl clone, and everything just needs to impl debug. And the clonable is going to be important here because app state needs to be clonable. We're going to probably use like atomic reference counting or something to make sure that we don't actually clone the object, because like I don't want to like make clones of it. I want to refer to one object and things. So it's going to be a little interesting from that front, just because I haven't done that a ton, but I think it'll be good. Okay. Like, let's go to the view compiler diagnostics. This is a thing that I just learned about in Rust Analyzer, and I think it's pretty new. If you have an error like this, sometimes I would often go and run the cargo in the terminal so I could see the full output. But now there's this click for full compiler diagnostics, which opens a like little one of these temporary windows with the full error message from the compiler, just like if it was in the terminal. So I don't have to do that quite as much anymore. Yeah, I think that's a pretty new feature that I saw people talking about on Fediverse. So it's very nice. I like it a lot. Now I don't have to open up my terminal nearly as often. It'd be cooler if it was in here, and that's what the team was talking about. Apparently VS Code doesn't give you a ton of options for like how to format diagnostics to make them look nice here. So the click for full is a happy compromise. I think I'm pretty happy with that for the moment. Okay, so I think, is it that this router that we are importing is just like a little confused and it has the state hard coded, so then when I do with state here, it just doesn't understand what to do correctly? No, because that's just the same one. Okay, like I'm doing this in a new folder, new window, there we go. And then we go to peek, because like I'm doing almost, so here's a peek, haha, at the project we work on Tuesdays, which is called Peek. It's a full stack web app, and oops, do not move anything. I just want to see how the heck I've done it over here. Okay, we're in our main. Yeah, so we have a router, and we call with state on it. Okay, well, then how about this? Which, let's look at Axum 0.6 RC4, because I think we're on RC4 now. Axum Rust. There we go. The docs for... Oh, we're on 5 now. Okay, we'll look at 5. With state. Oh, interesting. Okay, so now you just add state as a layer. You don't have to do it on the router up here. Interesting. Okay, I'm fine with that. I guess that makes sense, because I was reading that it needed a self, so why didn't I just realize that we just needed to do it that way? Okay, that does make sense. Except... Why don't you like... Does it have to go after the routes? Like, that's fine, but silly. No. Oh, am I also messing up peak right now? That's why. Well, that's one reason, because peak is on the old version. I was just kind of got lost there. Okay. This, though, then wants to be a new. Then I want with state. They just changed this in one of the more recent versions of the release candidate, which makes sense. Can't infer a type parameter B declared in the struct router. Must be known. Yeah, I don't think I know that, though. I don't think I want to know that. I should prefer using state. Yeah, I'm using state. Love state. State's great. They put it in an atomic reference counter, so it actually so maybe it doesn't need to be clonable if you do that, which is cool. I might want to do that eventually. Oh, okay, so this is... No, just router. Routing get router, yep. Router new. Yeah, what are you mad about here? Oh, it's just still the can't infer it type must be known by this point. Okay, so what if we do it a different way and follow their example more and move this to the end of routing? Okay, what if I move it after this? It might want to be like the last thing here. Yep. Okay, so if I make state the last thing, apparently then it's fine. Okay, so here though, we should have some state. Okay, so now I should be able to do cargo run bin web axum. Oh, not get cargo, just cargo. Awesome. Okay, so now we can actually work on like putting something in the state. Our state right now doesn't really have anything. So let's add some stuff to it. Okay, so they were wrapping the atomic reference counter. They did it, and it kind of liked that though, because then this doesn't need to be clone, and I don't really want this to be clone. Let's make that not clone. This is gonna be not very happy. But then we can do let state equals atomic reference counter new state. Throw it in an atomic reference counting. And there we go. Okay. Awesome. So that state will work. And now we don't have to worry about making this clonable. So now we can store whatever we want in our app state. Okay. So I think what we want to do is we want Hobbes last turn, last score or something, like last move return value. And what is this? This is a hash map of a string. Not to a move output though, because that's just not the right thing. It's like a, ooh, I guess I should just look at what I called it over here. Min-max return. Min-max return, yep. Of a min-max return. We're gonna have to tell it what the type of that min-max return is in just a second, but that's okay. Import hash map, import min-max return. Now it's gonna be mad at me that this doesn't have the right things. It's missing game type and score type. So game type is gonna be the wrapped subword, and this is again why it's gonna be easier to hard code things. And score type, I actually don't remember what score type Hobbes uses. Standard score returns a score. Thank you. So it's just the enum. Okay, so it's a score enum that Hobbes uses. So score, and then we'll import that from Hobbes. Okay, so there we go. And actually though, yeah, it's a hash map to a return. If the thing hits, it will be a return. If it doesn't find one, we'll get a none, but that's perfect. Okay, so I think I might be accessing this from like different threads and stuff, because that's just how, oh wait, there we go. I think this is going to be mad at me that it's not sync. Oh, got it. Yep. I think something's going to be mad at me that I can't send this between threads. That's just a warning about dead code. No, I don't want that, because then that's going to mess with that. So let's just do a allow dead code. I don't know why this is mad about this. This is just like wrong, but it doesn't want to go away. Okay, so actually, why did that not get mad at me about sending this hash map between threads? I thought it would. Is that a big deal? I'm not sure. I think we're gonna say it's fine because it just seems to be okay. Let's see if we can add things to the hash map then when we're done with the turn. So that means that when we make a move, here we go. We actually need to get that that output. So I think choose move here doesn't give it to us. There we go. Choose move. So I want basically choose move, but do I just want the deepened min-max? Like I almost just want deepened min-max until timeout, but I want it to do some of these things. So let's do this. Let's copy this method and make another one. We're making a mess in this crate, but that's okay. It never got fully released. Okay, so I don't want this to return. I want this to return whatever this scored returns. Min-max return. I want to return a mini min-max return of game type, score type. Awesome. And then scored. I then just want to return scored. Perfect. Why are you mad? Missing documentation. Yep, it is missing documentation. That is accurate. So now though, this thing it basically is just this. Let scored equals self dot make move, choose move inner. And then like all of this goes away. And that goes away. We need a depth. That makes sense. Okay, so this is then gonna give me the depth and these back. So then return value. And this is just return value. Oh, nope, I actually do need depth decomposed. So then we're just gonna recompose it then on our return value. That's fine. I mean, I think that's a U size, so let's go. Why is this not part of min-max return is a really good question. Like, why does min-max return just not know the depth they got to? Feels like it should, but whatevs. Hey, J Lafayette, good morning, how's it going? We are working on hovering Hobbes. We are trying to store state in between turns. And so we just added a hash map, and we're gonna start trying to, at the end of every turn, put the last value for that game in it, so that the next turn I can pull it off and do move ordering. And we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, so I was just pushing some stuff around so that I can get the actual return value that I want out of this. Allow no docs. Missing documentation. Missing docs. Awesome. Any more problems? Can't find my ID in this scope. That's fair. Problem solved. Awesome. Okay, so now I can call choose move inner, hopefully from here. Choose move inner, and now we're not going to grab the first thing out of it. So this is the return value. And then I really, though, actually need to repeat this. Oh, whoa, didn't want to move that. I want to repeat all of this, or some of it at least, over here. Okay, so we can do this, except it's not self, it's just game. Let's pull the my ID first. UID. He doesn't know about UID. That's okay. I can teach it that in a second. What else did I do? Choose. Okay, so we don't need that. This is actually depth and scored, so let's do that. Oops, man. All kinds of problems today. Plop you here. Plop you here. You don't need to be here. Okay. So is the idea to store score for each position and carry them all over? So that might be the end state, is to do something like a transposition table that people have been talking about in Discord, to do something like that. So when I score a node, hash map it, and so I don't ever have to score it again, and then keep that throughout the game. But I think the easier idea before I get there is when I finish my min-max, I have this return value, which is basically the whole tree I've built up. And from that, in my iterative deepening, I use that to do move ordering for the next iteration. And so I want to take that just one step further and use the turn ordering for the next actual turn of BattleSnake instead of just my next iteration. But right now, my move requests from BattleSnake are stateless, and so I am unstatelessing them, is the idea. And once I have state that I can store between turns, there's other fun ideas like the transposition table and things like that I think will be really fun. So this is just the first try at some state. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, besides that everything is just gonna be confused. Oh, that's why that's confused. Okay, then this is output. Oops, whoa, don't want to start a new discussion. Let output equals this thing. Boop, you're not a thing. Okay, so now what is going on where it won't fix all of my indentation for me? Because there we go. Okay, now I just need to tell it that, wait, what? UID, it doesn't know how to UID? Does it just need an import? So it feels like that is just an import away. Perfect. Don't need depth apparently. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. So the node tree will carry over to enable move ordering. Will you trim the node tree just to get the branch that actually happened? Yeah, that's the plan, right? So I think I will have to ooh, I guess I'm gonna have to store a few things. I might have to store the old board state too, so that I can figure out what moves everyone took. But yeah, that was the idea, Josh, was that I'm gonna figure out everyone went left, right, up, down, or whatever, and only use that subtree for move ordering. Which I think it'll be good, and it'll be fun. I'm not actually sure if this is gonna be the biggest win in terms of speed up. I feel like it very well could not be, but I think getting state so I could get started on a transposition table or something could be a lot better. Yeah, we're just gonna push for some state, and I think we can get it, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, so now let's just fix up some things it's mad at. Let's make sure it still runs, and I'm gonna pull up Mojave here, and yeah. Okay, cool. I thought I already had all that off, just checking. So we're just gonna do my Bombastic Bob and Hobbes. Bombastic Bob just does random moves, so easy just to test that, you know, things are still working. And Hobbes seem, well, there we go. Perfect. Went straight for just a second and concerned me, but they are making moves and doing sane things, and that is really all we were looking for here. We haven't really done much, so would have been surprised if they were not doing good, but they are. Okay. So let's stop this. We are good. And I think the next thing that we will want to do here, and we're still, I don't think we need to commit yet, we haven't done a ton, is I want to actually put something in this hash map. So let's work on that. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is I think we're going to need to say that we actually have some state that we're going to want to pull off. These don't want to be that. Import state? Yeah. Okay, so I haven't... Oh, yeah, that's fair. I actually don't want to pull the thing out of the atomic reference counter. That's not at all what I want. Okay, so I have the thing. Oh, except that's in the generic move. I want it in just the Hobbes move. Of course, though, it's like not, it was on a separate line, so it's not gonna paste in quite as nice. Okay, there we go. So now we have state. So like, I really think that we can do this. Probably just takes a reference, so I probably can go here and do state dot so like, can I make this mutable like that? No, it doesn't like it. What are you mad at? Remove this mute. Oh, is it just saying I'm not using it? Because I am not using it. That's fair yet. State dot push. No, doesn't want to let me do this, but that's okay anyways. I'm gonna try. So there's something like game. Don't I have inner here? Yeah, game info. So like from game info, can I get the like idea of the game? I think so. And then scored. So I want to do something like this where I push this onto my hash map. No method push in the current scope. Yeah. No method found for that. Yeah, okay. But then what if I like... No, yeah, okay. So how do I... do I need a mutex? I didn't think I did. Okay, so I haven't... Oh. What is, like, what's it called? It, like, has a thing. It, like, oh, it's not public. State, app state, public, scroll down to the bottom, Hobbes, like, what did I just call it? It's, gosh darn it, I was just looking at it. State, can I just hover over you? Hobbes last move return. Hobbes last move return. Okay. There we go. Now it at least tells me that it's on hash map. I thought push was the method on hash map, so let's look up to make sure that one, I'm not getting the method wrong, and then we'll figure out if something else wrong. But I thought it was push. Rust hash map. Push. Could be like add or something, I guess, right? But I think it's push. Push. No, it's not push. Add? What is it? How do we use you? Insert. It's just insert. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was something different. It's way easier. Okay. Can't borrow data and an arc is mutable. Yeah, okay. So I can't do just this, but what maybe I can do is mutex it first. So if I drop it in a mutex first, what I think I can do, or not, yeah, first and then wrap it in the reference counter, is I can say state has a arc of a mutex. Sure, import it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use standard, but I actually don't know if I should be using the Tokyo one. Let last move return. Yep, immutable last move return. Nope, not quite. Dot lock, I think, is how we. So, it's actually because I wrapped the whole thing in a mutex. So I think I want that. Or actually, no, I don't want that. Okay, so let state equals state dot lock. Dot unwrap. Yep. And then mutable state. Nice. Okay, so now it's just mad about use of moves. This one I just want a do dot a toString because you just like want to be owned. Oh. Oh, is it just because I'm using? Okay, so when we make game info, let game ID equal game info dot ID dot toString. So that this can just be game ID and scored here. Where are you? Okay, let's check the borrows. Borrow later used here, moved out here, borrow occurs here. So, oh wait, do I have that twice then? 266 and 276? 266. Scored options. Oh, what if I just do this here? Perfect. Okay. So is that gonna work? Like I'm just using the mutex and I'm just stamping over it here with an insert. But like that should be fine. I shouldn't really have thread content. Like I shouldn't have contention here. So I think that'll work. We're not using anything yet. Okay, some problems. Let's fix them. Oh, it doesn't think that that's what I've got here. Well, what do I have here? I have an arc of a mutex of app state. Hobbes move can take a... Is that better? Nope. The handler, yeah, it's not required. Okay, so now I think I use the cool thing of, Axum debug handler, I think is what you do. And then is that what it is though? Axum debug handler? Just debug handler. It's telling me that it can't find it, but I don't know if that's just debug handler. Okay, so I didn't find debug handler. Do I need to add Axum macros? Or go add Axum macros. Yep. Consider importing it. Okay, let's see what this tells us now. Everything's gonna be okay. Whoa, the trait takes it. What? Not sure that is actually like working at all. To figure out the debug macro can be used.
But that doesn't mean
Hmm.
that you should stop dreaming.
It's not really giving me much information at all.
That you thought was real, but really isn't. Streams are weird.
I don't think this is what I want, but I want to try it.
You pick up your phone and no one is there. And for a while I was really scared of them. Like, it's definitely something that doesn't happen every day, but once I
Yeah,
knew
it's still weird. I'm not sure if this is working yet with the new version. Just because it didn't really seem to be.
sense and I became okay with it.
Not sure why. Handler is not implemented for layered. So it like feels like it's telling me I don't have this state, but I think I do. Because this is definitely the state that I have added up here. Arc mutex app state. Yep. Yep. Irene is not multi-threaded, but it was built with the idea that I wanted her to be multi-threaded. So I think actually, if I remember correctly, I think Irene is using more lock-free things than mutexes. The idea being that I didn't want to use mutexes and do locks, because the thought was that that was going to be too slow. But I haven't actually got to multi-threading Irene, so I'm not, I haven't proved out whether that is actually going to be the case or be an issue. But like, what is, oops, that's not what I wanted. But like, will this compile? So the problem is, I just don't know what this compiler error is telling me. Yes, that's unreachable, I know. But everything else is just fine. Yeah, okay. Let's undo all that. That didn't really make sense anyways. Required by bound. There in nightly builds. I can run it with Z backtrace for more information if I want, but I'm not sure that's going to be super helpful. The trait handler is not implemented for this thing. Okay, so why aren't you implemented though, is the problem. So we're supposed to be able to go to this and go to the code and go to our handler and throw the debug handler on it. And that's supposed to be helpful. But I'm wondering if it's just not ready for Axum 6 yet, because it doesn't seem very ready. Actually, I wonder if there's a... Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need. Haha, I just need the release candidate 3, because why am I using the old version? RC3, I think, is what it told me was the latest it looked like. There we go. That at least looks like it has better information for me. From request parts, that is not implemented for... Well, duh? Why would it be? The trait... Axum JSON of game. Is it the order? Is it an order thing where I have to do these in the other order? Because I've had that happen before. Yep, that was it. Cool. Okay, that was easy. Silly, but easy. I don't understand that one, though. I don't know why the ordering matters so much there, that one just completely doesn't work and one is great. Yeah, I don't know why I have to grab the state first before the body. I guess just, does it assume the body's the last thing, maybe? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, wait, but now I have a thing. And so the game should still work. Game still work? Awesome. So great. But now let's see if we're actually, like, picking, like, if I can find this again. So, so here's where we locked it to grab something out of it. But we're also going to do that ahead of time. Let's do it, like, pretty early. We're actually going to do it before the ID map because I think we're going to want to put the ID map in the state eventually. Okay, so let's actually just do let last return equals, let's just pull the thing out. We don't have game ID yet, but we can if I just move that up a little bit. Wait. Yeah, no, I do have game ID. Oh. I want a reference to game ID, I bet. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so this is now an option of a reference to it. Yeah, right? I agree. Josh, I missed it at first, but it's always good to see things just not breaking when you make changes. Okay, this doesn't need to be mutable anymore. Okay, and then I think what I can do is, like, if let sum r, like, whatever, equals last return. So now we have one. Let's just debug out. We found something. Yep. It's not a cache move. We found a last return. Yep. And then can I, like, just... Oh, well, I can. It's going to be awful looking, but I think I can debug it out. Oof, this is not going to be pretty, but hey, it'll prove to me it works. Else. Debug. Was this the first turn of the game? No last return found. Cool. Let's just see if this prints things out. It's not going to print it out in the nice logging that I'm supposed to be using because I shouldn't have used debug statements, but that's fine. That's working. That's a awful debug output. So I just killed it, but that was working. That was my debug output from this whole thing here. Okay, awesome. So we're making some great progress. We can store the game state and pull it back out without any problem on the next turn. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. This is actually something I need to do. I talked about this before, but I haven't done it yet. This build snake ID map, I think really wants to happen in the state. So I think we're going to refactor our state a little bit now that we're at a place where we can, like, kind of round trip it. We can round trip some state. So let's refactor it a touch. Okay, so let's do some refactoring now that we have something to play with. Okay, so we have our state right now. And right now it just holds this hash map of the last move return, but I think we want to do a little different. I think what we want to do is I want to struct for a game state, because we have a state for an app, but I think I want a state for a game, and then in the game I still want a public last move. And this is one of these. Boop, boop. But it also has an ID map, which is a hash map of strings. I don't think it's U sizes. U8s. Yeah, this is going to be U8s, I think. And so what I want the app state to hold is more like game states, where it's the string of game ID to a game state. And now everything's just upset with me, but that's okay. Because I like that better because we get this ID map. The ID map's going to be nice because then we're actually going to have a consistent way to talk about a snake in between turns and stuff. Because when you get the IDs from the JSON in BattleSnake, I need to convert them to these U8s to because I don't want to store the whole string, and I just want that to be consistent and make sure the ordering doesn't change or anything. So we want to have a consistent mapping. So we're gonna make that consistent mapping in the start. And we probably also need a game. Does the start endpoint can't view a whole game? I'm not actually sure. I guess I can find this out, right? I don't do much with the start endpoint ever, so I don't know off the top of my head. BattleSnake docs. Quick start. Let's see. API is probably what I want. Start. Oh, cool. So it does give you the initial state of the board and everything. Yeah, so it's the full JSON. Okay, so let's see. So I have an app state here. So let's do, that's where the mutex is. So let's do let state equals state.lock. We're probably want this to be mutable, I think. Let state dot game state. Did I not make that public? Pretty sure I wanted it to be public. Game states. No, I did make it public. Okay. Oh, that's easy though. Game state just needs a impl debug, derive debug. Okay, there we go. That makes that happier. What are you unhappy about now? No such field. Okay, whatever. Game states dot insert a new game state. And that's close to what we want. Ooh, except I do need, that's a great point. This does need to be optional because there is a chance where I won't have one of these. Okay, so we're making some great progress. Let's see if we can finish this refactor just a tiny bit. And then I might run to the bathroom team. Hehe. Okay, so on the start, yeah, we can make a new game state. That seems reasonable. What? Oh, there's a let here. I didn't want that let there. But let's make our ID map. I need our ID map here. ID map? Yeah, because game state new impl for game state. Add a new. It needs an ID map, which just you'll figure it out. Oh, come on. I thought you could just figure it out for me, Copilot. No. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I'll copy paste for you. Okay, there we go. We now have our new function. See you backwards, bye. Have a good dinner. Okay, so then in our start endpoint, we can probably just new up the... Oh, there we go. Game state new now. That should, oh no, new pass it in ID map. Done. Expected something. Oh, it gets a snake ID. That makes sense. This isn't a U8, it's a snake ID. Oh, which wraps a U8. Awesome. And a few problems. Let's see. Let's just actually close you for now. Okay, so the first problem is app state has some game states. Hash map new. Yay, problem solved with that one. But now my start's probably fine. My move is probably not very happy. So state dot so let game state equals state dot game states dot get based on the game ID. Yeah, I actually do expect this to work. If we hit the start endpoint, we should have a game state already. We might eventually want to make that not panic if we don't have a game state, but like we kind of do expect to have a game state, so I think it's okay. A game state dot last move. Okay, wow. Now that we just didn't do the generic stuff, we are just making great progress. Let mutable game state equal state a game state get mute. And then this just becomes game state. Insert can't be found in a mutable reference. Ooh. Wait, that seems interesting. No. Yeah, why not? Game state. Oh. Game state dot last move. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, so what do I need to do here? I might not have a last move. Let last move equal game state dot last blah, 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 blah. If let some last move equals game state dot last move last hash map new. No. Wait, what? Oh, this is an option. This isn't I'm just like, this is all wrong. Scored. There we go. Okay. Can't move out of last move, which is behind a shared reference. Consider borrowing here. Okay, sure. ID map. It's never read. Oh, okay. I want it to be read though, because we'll deal with you in a second. I don't want to be pulling ID map from here. So, but like game state references, the lock still, like I don't think my lock can go out of scope here. Like I want my mutex guard to go out of scope, but I don't know if that's possible. Like I don't think I can do this. state.id map. Like, I don't think I can write that. State does not live long enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what is in my game state? It has an ID map and the last move. But I don't want to lock it for the whole move. Well, honestly, I can, right? I'm actually not that worried about that. Maybe that's just what I do for right now. We just don't worry about not locking it for the whole move here. Oh, but I'm about to lock it across some async points. I don't think we want to do that. I think that's a no-no. Yeah, we don't want to lock it across an async point. Okay. Game state. Where's just like clone you? That is what I tell people who are newer to Rust, is just clone things to get you out of issues. So do I just clone things? Game state's probably not clonable right here, and I think that's the issue. App state, game states. Now they can be cloned. Because this isn't too big. Yeah, I could be fine with cloning this. Sure. You don't need a clone. Whatevs. Wait, compiled? Okay, let's almost do that, except when I have some of these debugs down here, I don't want to do the whole thing. Like, can I just call, like, the score function on you? Yeah, much better. I just don't need that whole output in my terminal. That's too much, so let's stick with just the score that apparently I didn't type well. Okay, let's see. Go. Hobbes is doing a thing. He's finding things. There's a different score each time, or almost a different score each time. Okay, we have state. And our mutexes don't seem to be getting in the way. Nothing's locking each other, which makes sense. Like, I'm locking it for one. Actually, I'm not locking it anymore. I'm just cloning the thing. Yeah, yay, clones. That's fine. It's like a relatively cheap clone. Now, return type's, like, pretty expensive. It's not cheap, but I think it's fine enough for now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, things are looking good. I think the state is being kept. GCA refactor state to also store the ID map. Okay, now I actually think we want to, like, do something with our state and hope it makes Hobbes a little better. Okay, so do I also need the last board state? I think I'm gonna need the last board state, because I think what I'm gonna need to do is figure out which direction everyone moved. Oh, actually, no, I don't need to do that. I need to do something similar, but I don't need to do that. All I need to do is pick. Okay. Yep. Okay. So my return value here has, let's look at the return value. Our return value is a tree shape where it's an enum, where we either get a node or a leaf. So we're going to get a node at the top level every time. It wouldn't make sense for us to have a leaf. So what we have underneath us then is all of the options where moving snake ID. This array is scored by the score. Oh, okay, so nope, I do need that. I was thinking that I was going to be able to take advantage of the fact that this just stored the whole game state and just, like, compare where snake's heads were to find the right option. But that's not going to work. I'm going to need to actually know the move for each snake so that I can pick the right option for them. Okay. We can do that. It's just a little bit interesting, but like it's totally doable. So the thing we're gonna really need to do is save the last board. I don't have that right now. So let's pull. I kind of want to do this. Mod Hobbes. I want to pull things out into their own file. Use Hobbes star. Create module. Take all of these functions. Boop. Place them into Hobbes, and then also take the states and move them over. Okay, and then include all of the things. Use, create, star. Use all those things. Then do I need that, or is that just gonna like auto come from that? There we go. Okay, much better. Okay, so now I just pulled things apart. I just wanted to have my Hobbes stuff in a spot. Okay, but what are you upset about now? Problems. Oh, it just doesn't know what you're at? What do you mean? Oh, I need to make things public. Boo boo boo. At least make it pub crate. At least make it pub crate. Change it to pub crate. Change it. Change it. And last one, change it. Okay. There we go. Now I just have this like 100-line file to scroll through instead of the big one from before. Things still working? Come on, Hobbes, turn. There we go. Just didn't convince me that things were working when they weren't turning. Okay. I don't actually need that. I can just go over here and close that repository. Move Hobbes to new file. There we go. Okay. Now what do I actually want to do? I want game state to have more things in it. I think I want a struct for last move state. Last return. I see. So yeah, we're gonna say that you hub last move is an option on a last move state. Yep, so this is where the option is. Once you have a last move state, we have last return, last board. Yep, so perfect. Whoa, didn't want that. Undo, just close it, open it up again. Nope, well, didn't want that one. I wanted Hobbes over here. Yay, okay. Made it back. Okay. Yeah. Last move dot last return. It's not public. Oh, it's actually not in that file anymore. Look at that. Last move doesn't imply. Ah, yeah. Whoops. There we go. Those are already public. Ah, this is not though. Change visibility. Awesome. Okay, so that should compile actually. Nope, not yet. Oh, that makes sense. It's not ready yet. What? Oh, it's an option. We don't know whether we're gonna get one. Yeah. This is not really that. We want to rename this. It's not last return. This was last move. There we go. And then we call last return on last move to get the last return. There we go. Yep, last move equals something like that. That's actually exactly what we want. Wow. Last board is never red. Yeah, that's fine. And now we have a last board. Okay. Oh, so now I need like a way to subtract the boards from each other, really? Like I need to be able to compare their heads. Let's just do this. Keep the previous board around. Okay, so we have the previous board. We don't want to allow dead code anymore. So now let's start using it. So here is where we have the thing. We can get the last return. We can also get the last board. Yep. So then let previous heads last board dot no, but it's like dot get all get heads get head. Oh, I only have head as. Okay, so what I want to do is for so I want to go let previously alive snakes equals last board dot get alive get health all food snake iter snake IDs dot filter where ID get snake nope, it's like last board dot is alive for the ID. We should just call this SID. That's what we usually call it. Yep. Okay, so vec is not an iterator. Oh, this is a vector. Guess snake IDs returns a vector. Get snake. Huh, interesting. But that's fine because I also have the game state ID map dot keys. Expected reference found. Oh yeah. Values dot filter. Okay, so previously alive snakes. This is now an iter of snake IDs. So previous heads is previous alive snakes dot map get head. Except we want something that's more like SID to that. Previous heads get head as native position for the SID. Yep. Okay, making progress. What does get head as native position do? I wonder if the thing isn't alive. Nope. So I guess I want like. Oh, they're not going to be on the board. Oh, interesting. This is gonna be a little harder than I thought. If a snake gets eliminated, they're just off the board, and I don't know which direction they're gonna go. That's gonna make it harder to pick the right move. Is it? Is it? Yeah, because I don't know the position of their heads in my return value. I can't just compare the heads there to the heads here. Super interesting. Super duper interesting. I think I have an interesting solution. The interesting solution is thinking about transposition tables and the hashing thing you use for those, the Zor beast hash thingamabobbers. I don't know 100% how it works, but my understanding is that it's a quick way to hash. If I had a quick way of hashing the games, I could put that in the return type. I could also just put the freaking game state in the return type. Why would I not want to do that? Because I do a lot of the return type has a lot of game states, and I do throw that between threads a lot. So that might not be the best idea. I also probably don't want to throw the whole tree through threads a lot. Separate thought. The move ordering here from the state's harder than I was thinking, because it's hard to say what direction all the other snakes moved just by diffing the board. Because they're just not going to be in the snake array if they're eliminated. So 2 eliminations could look identical to me here. To be fair, though, this is not a super duper lossy. Like, it's kind of an okay operation if it's lossy. This is just move ordering. So I think what I do is I just try to compare, and if I find a snake died, I'll just like pick one or something. Like, it's not a huge deal. So okay, so let's do let currently alive snakes equal a what do I want here? Yeah, game dot get snake IDs. Dot iter dot filter like game dot is alive based on the SID. Let current heads. Yep. Awesome. While let current snake IDs. Yeah, snake IDs. Yep. Current snake IDs. Okay, current heads. Okay, so now I actually have to compare current heads and yeah. Okay, so let's make you a vec. Let's also make you a vec. Dot collect. I probably could have just done the collect vec from there, but that's okay. What if I actually like don't want this? What if I want them to be a hash map of SID of snake ID to something? What if I just like let you figure that out? Dang it. That would have been so cool though if it just knew how to do that. Yeah, it does actually. I just needed to make it the right type. This one actually, let's do like no, you can still be that, because then let snake move, let's mutable. Yep, equal a hash map for SID and head in current heads. If there is a previous head, well actually, whoa, didn't want that. let previous head. I'm going to do this a bit differently than Copilot did. Yep. I'm unwrapping here because there should always be a previous head. If you're alive, you better have had a head last time. Let's write that out. If you are alive now, you better have had a head last turn. Okay. Yeah, so I need this, like, direction. I need to look at some direction to kind of methods. I don't know what we have on previous head and, like, head. Okay, so do I want as native position? I might just want position because that might be where I can do like subtract, like diffing them easier. But let's see what we actually have in terms of those methods. We should find a position type. Yep. There we go. Okay, so here, this one has the two. So this one has subvec and addvec. I want like the diff. Move. Whoa. Move. Like I want, like move from or something. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna have to write this myself. But I can do that. I think I'm just gonna write it right over here because I don't want to do it anywhere else. But I think I don't want native positions anymore. I think both of these are gonna want to return me positions. So previous head. Let previous head vector equal previous head dot to vector. Let current head vector is head to vector. Let move vector equals current head minus that. Let m equal move from vector vector. Do you just need to be imported? Because wouldn't that be cool? I don't know how you don't know what this is. Like, I just don't. I don't know where to put the thing. Like, sorry, can I just do this? This doesn't feel right. Yeah. So like I think what I would do here is I would do something about position, and that's how I would tell it what I have an iterator of. Don't know where I would give it a type ascription there. Yeah, sorry Josh, I wasn't paying attention to my chat there for a second. But yeah, you can't have headless snakes. That doesn't make sense. And yeah, expect is basically a way of saying panic with this error message. If this is the bad thing. So like, you know, if we were to do this get and it gave us a none, expecting would say, I really expect it to be a sum value. If not, I want to crash with this error. I could also just do dot unwrap, same thing, but then I don't get a custom error message. So sometimes I like expect because I want to be specific about why I'm crashing with an error so that we can, you know, read that better. So I really hope that there's this direction to method. I might have to write that one, but that one would be okay. Oh wait, no. That's old. There we go. Cool. But this still doesn't know what the hell it is. No, I don't even want the into. Just like you are a position. Just be a position. Awesome. Oh, so we can't sub vectors from vectors? I really thought we were gonna be able to sub vectors from vectors. Is there a plus on vectors? No, we didn't add. We didn't implement either of those. I thought we did though. Um, yeah, you know, unwrap, yeah, expect and unwrap are very, very similar. But yeah, it's definitely nice to sometimes have an error message. I think you get the pointer, the line number anyways in most cases, but still, it is nice to have the pointer. Or the error message, I guess, in this case. Okay, where is position? Here's position. Actually, I want vector. Where does vector live? Yep, move can be from vectored. Love that. Vector doesn't really do too much, does it? I thought vector did a bit more things. Okay. That's fine. I can just do some stuff. I could add it to there, but for now I'm not going to. Let x diff equal, yep. Let move vector, yep. Cool. Awesome. So in theory now I should here. Oh wait, why are you mad? Current heads. Consider giving it a explicit type. Something that impulse iterator. Where item equals a reference to a snake ID, comma, a position. Oh, you can't do an infiltrate here? Can't do it there? Oh, I'm actually... Oh, wait. Oh, I still have a collect here. Oh, that's why everything wants all my types everywhere. I just didn't realize that. That makes sense. Wait, what? Currently alive snakes. Oh, game here is not translated yet to the right type of game. Can I do that earlier? Let's find out. I think the answer is probably yes, I can. There we go. Oh man, I do have a lot of problems though. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Well, some of these are easy. No import. Ooh, whoa. Whoa, what? Yeah, so like game is gonna be this. Why are my types all upset? That's not what game is though. I set... Oh, did I put it in here? That's the problem. I didn't realize I did that. I didn't mean to have. Oh. Oh, but I need the ID map. Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, wait a second. Part of the problem here is this thing. I don't need this anymore. I'm not... I'm not trying to do that in a separate block anymore. I'm just saying that we're gonna lock it for the entire move. Do I have multiple locks in this method now though? Because that would be not good. Alright, so here's a state.lock on line 68 and line 121. That's actually different. Yeah. Just don't need to lock that there. There we go. Okay, can't find game state in this scope. Okay, that's fine though. I don't need it then. I just need it before we get into some of that stuff. Can't bar state is mutable is not declared as mutable. Okay, well, that's probably just this. The trait is not implemented. Oh man, I have to figure out this one again? That's okay. I've solved this before, so I don't think it'll be awful. We just got to do debug handler. Nope. Debug handler. Debug handler. Okay. Future returned is not send. Oh, okay. As this value is used across an await. Oh, my mutex guard is gonna... Okay, so 67 and 124. Okay, so here's where I do this lock, and then 124 I have an await. Right here, I've got an await. Okay, so I would like to not be holding on to that by the time we get here. Okay, but then I also do... Okay. Let's do that. State guard. Okay, state guard, and then drop state guard. No field game states. Oh yeah. Let mutable state equals state dot lock dot unwrap. I still can't. Future is not send as this value is used across an await. Which value? Is not implemented for mutex guard. Yeah, okay. But I didn't want to be hanging on to this across this line. What refers to snake guard here? So ID map does. ID map might be part of my issues here. Hey, Backward Spy, welcome back. We made it pretty far, and now we are dealing with mutexes and trying to get them to lock at the right times, which is harder than I was hoping. Well, so the easy thing that I can just do is I can just like clone this right here. Let game state equals this. Yep. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, wait. We just don't need that. Oh, wow. Okay. That was easy. I just needed a clone in there to stop borrowing things across from the mutex across await states and things like that. So that might have been not too bad. Yeah, I'm not using it. Fine. Okay. No, so I'm not done yet because I want to log out the move map. Snake moves. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, explicit panic. Nice. Ooh, we're in types line 69. Okay. Do I still have that window open? Wrong thing. Nope, but I can. BattleSnake game types. Types. What line was it telling me? Wrong window. Line 69. Oh, cool. The vector is not right. That's fun. Let's figure out what kind of vector that is then. Yep, let's print out the move vector. Let's borrow it. Okay. We are making some progress. We are hopefully identifying what move everyone picked last time, or everyone who's still alive. There's like a... There's a thing where we're not doing it for snakes that have died, but I hoped that was okay. We're still panicking. Oh, move vector of nothing. Wait, how would your head have not moved? Oh, that's interesting. In current heads, we look up your previous head. Previous head, we subtract them. Wait a second, so you're telling me that previous head and head are going to be the same value here? So that doesn't make sense. Why would the head and previous head be the same value? Previous head. Oh, you know what I didn't do at all here? Wrapping. Also, this isn't right. Your previous head can't be at 8, 9, and your new head be at 8, 7. Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah, how did we get that? 8, 9. Okay. 0, 1. Like, what turn was this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it's got to be like right here, right? If my previous was 8, 9. Head is 8, 7. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's add a thing to my last return state. Last move. Turn. Okay, so when do I need to give that to something? Missing fields. Open turn. Do I just have a turn that I can like just give this here? That's fine. I'll make it an I-32. It's whatever. Yep, we don't use that, but that's fine. I actually do want to use it. We're about to debug it in here. There we go. Turn. So this is actually previous turn. That's fine. New game. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at here. Do we have a turn? I don't see a turn here. Is that... Oh, it's probably because I didn't do this. Yeah. It's never used. Yes, it is. This isn't what I want, though. Oh, well, I do want both of this, actually, probably. Move last. Actually, I don't know what it's called right now. Previous alive snakes. Yeah, I get that. R is just R. Last move state is just R right now. Okay, let's rename that. last move. Yep. Okay. So then down here we can do last move dot turn. Something else I'm a little bit worried about is if they're not actually turn by turn, like if these numbers aren't sequential, that would be interesting. And let's check those out. I'm a little worried. Yeah, look at that. Turn 20, last move turn is 6. So, like, why did we stop? Okay, maybe that's what happened. Maybe we... Oh, I bet I know what happened. I bet at turn 6 here. Yep, last turn 7. Move vector. Previous head. We've got a wrap, basically, is what I think happened. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay, so we did wrapping, and it broke everything. So what do I do? Where do I fix that? I do a mod 10 or 11 somewhere. Okay, so where did we... yeah, let me go back to the exact example that blew us up here. I know what the problem is now, though, so that's better. It's wrapping. Okay, so the one that broke it was turn 7, 6, move vector of that. Yeah. So if the move vector is 10 in one direction, previous head, yeah, okay, so yeah, I just need to do some wrapping logic, which makes sense. I did leave that out. We're only in wrapped mode. Okay, so if x let's do let x diff equal if x diff is equal to can I do a match on this? Match on x diff if it's 10. So if you moved 10 up, you actually moved 1 down. If you moved 10 down, you actually moved 1 up. Else you just don't change the diff. And then y diff is basically the same. Replace y, replace y. Thanks for hanging out, Josh. Hope you had fun. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. Oh, Josh, if you haven't left yet, I'll put this in Discord if you have, but if you haven't left yet, you should check out the this repo that I apparently closed, but it's in the Twitch chat from the very beginning. There is a repo that I am starting. Here, I can just pull it up in this Discord. Here in our private Discord, there's this People Choice BattleSnake repo where we're trying to get some ideas for what to do for heads and tails for the People's Choice. So if you're around and you have an idea for People's Choice, drop it in this repo or just something to think about. I'm trying to solicit ideas from the community because I don't have any great ones. So if you have an idea, let me know. Drop it in here. But sorry for keeping you. Josh, have a good afternoon. Okay. Back to this. Let's see if it works with wrapped better. Okay, there we go. We're not getting panics. Things seem to know what they're doing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this is working. We got the state. We know which direction people seem to be going each time. Yeah, this is working great. The turns seem to be going better now that we fixed the... Oh, I forgot. Pausing it doesn't actually stop it happening for your snakes. Okay, cool. Yeah, turn 76, 75. Okay, cool. I do think I want to add some, like, error protection code. If I can do that. Can I chain these? And boom, last move. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. What's wrong with you now, though? Why are you upset? Let chains. Oh, I thought let chains was a thing. Okay, let's let chains. I want let chains. Can I just have you add let chains for me? That would be pretty cool. No, it won't let me do that. What is it? Just feature? It's feature let chains, right, though? Yeah, like, why are you not giving me... There we go. Feature let chains. Kind of thought let chains got stabilized more recently, but maybe I'm probably wrong. There's almost no chance that I am misremembering. You know, that something else is wrong. Ooh. Oh, that's fun. I think I just hit a compiler bug. I did just turn on a unstable feature, so that seems like a pretty... Oh, but it could be... This is a known issue to allow your project to compile. Oh, okay. That's cool. Just gotta run a cargo clean, apparently, and it'll make everything better according to the error message. Not like a fun one, because you gotta wait for this now, but works fine. Awesome. Okay, so now we actually have some extra safety, because what we just added was if you have a move and the turn matches, we do all these things. If not, then we just are like, nah, we don't. Nah, you're good. Which is perfect. So choose move inner here. I think we're gonna need to yeah, sorry, Backward Spy. Got a quick machine. Cargo's quick. I haven't done too much functional programming. I've tried to play with Haskell a tiny bit, but it's something I would love to learn. But yeah, no need to go down that rabbit hole just yet. But yeah, no, I haven't learned Haskell. I would like to. I think it would be a fun one just to learn, just for like, you know, learning and getting different paradigm ideas and stuff. So it's definitely something I've always been interested in, but not one I've learned before. Are you building something with it, reading it? What are you working on today in Haskell? Always fun to chat about. What do I actually want to do now, though? I have a friend doing CSU University. He's been learning Haskell recently. Seems very interesting. Oh yeah, that's fair. It's definitely a very a university kind of topic. Makes sense. Yeah, no, I do think it would be really fun to understand the basics of it and stuff, and just like get the concepts down. Like I know this, you know, and like monads, and I don't know. I know some of the keywords, but not enough of what they actually mean. But I think it would be really fun. I think it would be a good one to learn at some point. Or maybe not a good one, but it would be fun, if nothing else. Okay, so now we know what move everyone made, and we have the last game state. So I think one of the last things that we want to try to do today is, from my last game state, look at all of the moves that snakes took, pick which game state actually was chosen based on the game tree I thought could have been chosen, and pass that down to help with move ordering. Okay, that's the next step, but I still want to talk about Haskell for a second. The fun thing for me watching him is how much of it translates with Rust with very few changes. Pattern matching, option type, etc. all have very close equivalents in Haskell. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like I do think that I get some of the functional concepts from other things, but I haven't done like a purely functional language. But yeah, that makes sense. I do kind of forget that like pattern matching and some of these things in Rust kind of like have that that background, and that's kind of where some of them come from. That's really cool though. I think maybe now, I think the last time I tried learning Haskell was before I had done like a ton of Rust. So maybe now that I've, you know, done a bit more Rust, going back to Haskell would be more more approachable, or, you know, slightly better things to compare it to. Because before that, I had done like mostly Ruby, you know, Python, JavaScript, those kind of dynamic languages. So much farther away, I think, than Haskell. So maybe Rust got me a little closer to understanding some of those concepts a bit. Okay. So I know what we want to do. We want to like pull out the right move, but before we do that, I'm actually going to take a step into this again. Choose move inner. What I want to do is see if there's a way, well, and I'm going to have to just make a way for it to happen. But I want a way to be able to pass in the last return state into deepened min-max until timeout. And I think I'm just going to do it, because deepened min-max until timeout is going to, it has this current return value that it sets to none, and I think I just want to be able to pass this in, basically. So like initial return value, and it is an option of the thing. And then so current return equals initial return. And then this function I think is happy. And then I'm gonna, though, every time we call deepen min-max until timeout, it's not gonna be right here. So then this needs an initial return of the same thing, and then we can just pass this through. Choose move not inner is gonna do a none. This is where we're gonna say I don't have one. So if we're just going through choose move standard style, we're gonna say you don't have an initial return to give me, which is fine because I just want to use it through this interface. To be honest, that was way less than I thought. I thought typing that through was going to take a little bit of effort. It did not. Let's just run a clippy to see how we're feeling. Give myself a second to figure out what's next. Something's happy or not happy. Okay. Oh, I have another choose move inner somewhere else. Oh, it's just in my, it's like the actual freaking call. Of course it is. Like in here where I'm calling the thingy, I need to give it a none for the moment until I go back in 10 seconds and get that type to pipe through. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now all I really need to do is let initial return, and I'm just going to set it to none right now because it can be. And then this is just going to be initial return. Oops. Initial return. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so then what I actually probably want, though, is I probably want this thing to be like, let initial return equals this whole thing. In this case, it's just going to return a none. We don't have one. And in this case, it's going to return a sum of like a to-do at the moment because I need to pull out the thing. Oh, yeah, of course it's unreachable. We wrapped it in a to-do, or wrapped a to-do in it. Awesome. Okay, so all I need to do now is let's get rid of some of these debugs. I don't think they're necessary. If anything, I'll add some tracing in a bit to tell me what happened. But once we have the moves, I want to go through. Okay, so let mutable current return. Sure, that works for me. It's just telling me that it's not used. Okay, so then while snake moves dot like is empty, but not empty. So while it's not empty, oh, actually no, what I can do is while let sum is pop it. So while we just keep popping them off. Wait, I thought a hash map was gonna have a pop. Does hash map not have a pop? Let's find out. Hash map pop. I can make it a vec or something if I need to. Thought there was a way just to like start popping these off the hash map, but maybe not. Nope, looks like I'm gonna have to make it a vec first, and then I can start popping things off. That's fine, we'll survive. Let snake moves equal make moves dot iter dot collect vec cargo add iter tools. Instead of doing this manually, I just want to have iter tools just like give me the collect vec method. Okay, so we have snake moves. It's now an iter. Now we can pop things off of it. They give us a sid and a move. That's actually not really what I want. I forgot what I wanted. Okay, so then I don't actually want to do anything here. I want to do snake moves dot remove current return dot current return dot, ooh, yeah, that's a problem because I need to make sure that my current return isn't a leaf, right? I'm gonna have to do something about that because if it's a leaf, then like I don't have a moving snake ID. Interesting. Yep, that's fair. First option for snake, your move is death, choose route to dot graph. Okay, so we're gonna need more than that. Moving snake ID is an option of snake ID. Moving snake ID is a sum of moving snake ID. I'll return a reference. I don't care. This is a none, and this just becomes a dot dot dot. Just a thing. Just give me. It's an option of a thing. It's fine. I don't care. Replace it. Yay. Okay. Game type as snake and all of these. Snake ID. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Can I just use like self? No. Oh, and I probably just can't do this either, right? Oh, if that's gonna work, we're just gonna do that. Awesome. Okay, so now my return type can give me the while return dot moving snake ID dot is sum and expected move found tuple. Okay, so it's just all about the different things. Okay. Let sum moving snake ID equals that. Remove moving snake ID. Expected enum found tuple. Yeah. Okay, so if there's a move, current return equals, yeah, okay, so wait, is that one I have, right? Choose 4 or something? First option for snake, your move is death, choose route. Okay, so it's not that either. Option for move is kind of what I want. Okay, so that's not right. Option for move. It takes an M, which is a move. And what does it return? It returns an option of a reference to self. If it's a leap, we return none. If it's a node, we look through options. Options dot iter dot find x dot, what do I want here? Move x dot moving snake move or something. That's fine. Oh wait. The move is part of the options, and options array is just move to self. Got it. Okay, that's better. So this is the move, and then this is the return. Yeah. M equals, chosen move. M equals chosen move. Then we map that, which side wants to be something different. That one uses a reference. Yeah, don't need you. Don't need you. Option for move. Now I can do that here. Current return equals current return dot option for move M. Then this just returns current return a dot clone potentially. I don't know what is current return. Does that work? Cargo Clippy. Missing docs. That's fine. Return the option that matches the chosen move, the given move. Returns none if we are at a leaf or the move does not exist. Okay. Cool, still some problems. Where are we? Move for wrapped fixture. We're just in some tests and stuff. That can just get a none. Unused import iter tools. Fine, just get rid of you. Yeah, expected nenum, and I think I found a reference. Oh, yeah. And option for move. Oh, okay, yeah. And let some next return. Yep. It's not next move, it's option for move. Yeah, option for move. And so what if I don't? That clone's fine. Let's start with that clone. But then let's make option for move take in a self and do into iter here so that it returns an actual self. Oh. Perfect. And then here, we don't need a clone because that's already the right type. What? Current return value used after move. Move occurs, which is because something doesn't implement copy on line 130. That actually didn't fix it. This function takes ownership of self, which moves current return. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's undo this then. Yeah, that's better. Okay. We're doing some clones that I don't really think we need to do. But, like, that's fine. There's maybe one other edge case I want to think about, and, like, if I can see what I think is going to happen, but let's see it work in a game first. Okay. It seems to be working. Oh! Backward Spy with the sub? Thank you, Backward Spy. Both the sub and the GitHub sponsors. I definitely don't deserve it, but thank you very much. It's my first sub, too. First sub and first GitHub sponsor. Really getting all of those firsts. Thank you. Okay, so this is going great. Let's get some of these debugs out of here, because they're just kind of, like, annoying. Okay, so the last thing I want to do... Thank you, Backward Spy. I appreciate it. The last thing that I want to do here, I think, is think about this edge case where not all of the snakes would be on the board. Ooh, haha, though I must admit part of it was so I could skip ads when I refresh. Hey, that's a good enough reason for anything. I didn't actually think about that. You get ads when you... Oh, because that counts as a start stream when you refresh, I guess? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't, like, expect that to happen, but that's interesting to know. Well, now I know at least, so thank you. Ooh, so that was another fun, fancy noise, but, like, sometimes we get these fun, fancy noises, and I'm not sure what triggers them. I don't know. We got a fun noise there, though. Okay, so the other thing, though, that I wanted to think about before we wrap up here was there's a case where some snakes are, not going to be alive. Yeah, I don't know what the second one there was, Backward Spy. Maybe that I wonder if I have, like, two different sound effect things running at the same time? I'll have to check on that. This isn't the first time we've been, confused by a sound effect. Oops. But the bug that I want to think about here is there's a previously alive snakes and currently alive snakes, and they don't necessarily have to match. Yeah, the mystery bloop, Backward Spy, the mystery bloop. And they don't have to match because a snake could die, and if a snake dies, they're just not in my thing because I use current heads here. So I think the other thing that I need to do is when I'm pulling the things off, which is here, I want another loop after we've done that that says while do I have a UID? I'm gonna hope so. While current return dot moving snake ID is equal to some UID. Oh, is not equal to some... no, but I don't want that. I want while we let it, I love my while lets, while we let sum of moving snake ID equals current return dot moving snake ID, and moving snake ID does not equal to UID. So while there is a moving snake ID and it's not you, I want current return do I need another? Can I do like while let? Maybe. Ooh, if that's the sound, I think it's from when it was a subscribe alert. Ooh, thank you, first time chatter. I didn't get... It might have been from the subscribe alert. It just must have been... I heard two. I saw one when I got the chat from the subscribe alert. And then I heard another one later. And I must just have two different subscribe alert things up. But I guess I'm not sure. But you're probably more familiar with the sounds than I am, so it probably was the subscribe alert. Okay, so you didn't see the graphic backwards by. That makes sense. That's kind of what I was wondering about. So the graphic is what I was kind of thinking was going to help us figure out what it might have been. And if you didn't see the graphic, then it must not have been that Twitch alert. So I think the graphic was Streamlabs, because I'm using Streamlabs for the graphics. So I think the first one was Streamlabs, and does Twitch have its own potentially? And that makes sense because the Streamlabs one came at the same time as the Streamlabs chat from their bot. So something. I'm not 100% sure. It's interesting though, right? Oh, is this what I've wanted to do for a while potentially? While it's a leaf. Oh, and I want moving snake ID here. While it's a leaf and that, and moving snake ID equals UID. Okay, so while we're at a leaf, oh. You don't like this? Does not have fields named. Oh, because it's backwards. Nope. Still wrong. Node. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the double alert I've had for myself was when it plays sound without the graphic. It's a Streamlabs bug. I think it's where it tries to play the same alert twice for whatever reason. Not sure though. Oh, well that's super interesting. That seems reasonable, right? And it is. I am using Streamlabs, so it definitely seems like that is pretty reasonable. So cool. Now I know about a Streamlabs bug. And yeah, not a huge deal for me, I don't think, but definitely interesting. Let you ID equals game dot UID. Then I can use UID down here. Mismatch type. Oh, that's easy enough. One of these just wants a thingy. Now I'm just not using it. Is that what you're mad about? Yes. Current return equal options at 0 dot 1 dot clone. Why are you mad about the return value again? Oh. Well, yeah, no. That's setting that to that. That should be fine, right? Options at 0. Yeah, this thing. It's fine. I'll do a dot 1 there. Current return equals new return. But now current return doesn't like that. Okay, but I'm so close. If we can solve this, we'll be done. Options value partially. Oh, ref. That's what I need. Thank you. I just want to pull out a ref to options. I don't need the whole options. There we go. Okay, okay. Awesome. How would we test this? I think I need more snakes. Let's add a local constant Carter. That'll be perfect, because constant Carter will just move off the board. The font is Victor Mono. I assume that was what the question was, right? I've heard it's very similar to Operator Mono, but I haven't used Oh, actually no. I think after the last stream I did check out Operator Mono, and it's a paid font, correct? It looked very nice, but I wasn't super duper willing to pay for it. It looked relatively expensive over Victor Mono. Yeah, check out Victor Mono. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I could help. And okay, I think that worked really well. I didn't run into any panics when snakes got eliminated, which is good. The only other thing that might have happened would be that, like, I gave it a return value that was in the wrong state because I don't have super duper type safety there. But that doesn't seem like it happened because it looks like it's working well. Yeah, it's always nice to give things a change, right? After you've been using them for a while. Victor Mono I've maybe been using for about a year now, so I'm like maybe halfway through my cycle for looking for something new. But for something new, if you're looking for a different something new, Backward Spy. Ooh, actually, we'll do the long way story here. If you check right down below the Twitch chat, you'll see teamwork tokens. That's our channel points over here. A few of those things will let you change my font or color scheme in VS Code for either the remainder of the stream or going forward, depending on how I'm feeling. And that leads me into, we're still using the theme that Backward Spy, picked a few streams ago to have me try out, and one he's been contributing to a bit. So we're using the Cat Poussin for VS Code theme here, giving these nice pastel colors. So if you're looking for a new color scheme as well, go give that a try. I've been really enjoying that. More font stuff in chat though. Used JetBrains Mono for a long while and trying out Fantesque Sans Mono now. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, so that's why you're here. You're here because of Cat Poussin. Even better. Which one did you say you're using? Rolling Mocha. I think that's the one I'm using at the moment too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Mocha. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And see, that time we got the Streamlabs and I heard the alert all at the same time. So that one makes a lot of sense. And if you're who I greeted on Discord a few minutes ago, I didn't make the connection. Oh, that's funny. I like that. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for coming and hanging out, but I think we might make a commit and wrap up here, actually. We had a pretty good stream. Okay, let's close this other repo. I don't know why it keeps coming up. Okay, what have we done? We've threaded some things through so we could pass the return value in. And yeah, okay, so let's see. We stored... we just did all the things. Hobbes is working with remembering the return value from his last turn and using it for move ordering on the next turn. Awesome. Cool. Okay, and let's make a push. And yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, awesome. Making some new ports for putting the theme in more places. Love to see it. Okay, let's take a look at this over here. we'll take a look at our big diff, and I think actually the first thing that I'm going to do is not going to make a difference because it's just my repo. But let's mark it for ready for review. I think I'm going to merge this in soon. I'm going to wait for tests to pass, but then we're going to merge it in. And the only downside, which I guess I will call out here just to remind myself, is with this PR, Hobbes will panic on any game board that is not a wrapped 11 by 11 with 4 snakes max. Eventually, I'd like to be generic over the game type, but that's a tomorrow issue. A dwarf fortress port for the theme. Okay, that's fun. That's a fun one. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love that was gonna spur you to play some Dwarf Fortress with the new theme. It's great. I love it. Oh man, I haven't actually played much of Dwarf Fortress. I know of it, and I think I've tried it out a few times, but not one I've really played a ton. Let's see. I think we're gonna wrap up before waiting for the tests and the compile because I'm getting a little hungry. I need to have some food, and we made a lot of really good progress today. So to wrap up, thank you everyone for coming and joining, and thank you for the follows and the subs. I really appreciate it. To wrap up, let's do some of this. Louis Akura? Sorry, I'm awful with names, but that's what I'm gonna go with. If you want to hang out in another different Discord, I am starting my own tiny Discord for this stream and related projects. You can come hang out there. And not sure if you're super familiar with BattleSnake, but either way, BattleSnake is the online programming game that I have been working on today, and over the last few weeks, I was nominated by all the fellow competitors for People's Choice, where I get to design another head and tail. So this is a custom puffin with swim trunks head and tail, or jorts, that I designed a few seasons ago with the help of the designer from BattleSnake, but we get to do another one, and I'm not great at coming up with ideas, so if you have ideas for a custom head and tail that you'd like to see in BattleSnake, you should go and check out this repo that I put together where you can leave some suggestions. So we have this repo, and I'll drop it in Twitch chat as well for you or anyone. If you have an idea for a fun head, snake, and tail, drop it over here. If you haven't played BattleSnake before but still have an idea for an awesome head or tail, feel free to drop it in, and maybe you'll get it before you even, maybe you'll have your own custom head and tail before you even join BattleSnake. That would be impressive. But if anyone has any ideas, please let me know. Trying to crowdsource it that way. So thank you everyone for hanging out. I think I will wrap up here, but thank you everyone. I had a great time this Sunday, and I hope you did too. So have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to everyone later. Oh, actually, I'm gonna, last thing that I remembered before I want to get off here. I'm gonna be off next Sunday. I'm gonna be in the Caribbean for my honeymoon. So 1 week off. I'm gonna take the Sunday and then the following Tuesday off while I am out of town, but I will be back after that. So don't worry, not stopping, just need a week off for a vacation. So I will see everyone Tuesday for that stream if you want to join, and then I will see you in 2 weeks from today, hopefully, for the next Snake Sunday. So with that, have a great Sunday, everyone, and I will talk to everyone later. Thanks. Bye.